welcome back to another episode of Punkcast. As you can see, places are switched.
Outfits are changed to shout out to our hobby for telling us to wear ethnic today.
Yeah, we love you, and this concept is really great. And the the roles are switched as well. Today, I am going to be the moderator, and
I'm going to be the info dumper today.
she's going to be the enthusiastic speaker because she is disgustingly educated on the topic.
Feels a lie. Continue.
Yeah, I can say disgustingly educated on the topic, not disgustingly experienced on the topic. Yeah. Are you going to tell us what we are going to talk about today?
Why do you think we are wearing ethnic today? We are wearing ethnic today because we are talking about a market in Pakistan which is very saturated. Every person I meet is suffering from this disease, which is
Okay, tell me one thing. Is it saturated or oversaturated?
it is oversaturated. Every person I meet has to tell me something about this disease.
Yeah.
Something of that disease.
Yes, the name is situationships.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, we are going to be talking about situationship. But the fun fact is this situationship is not going to be like, oh, this girl is in a situationship, that guy is in a situationship. She is going to tell us how situationships are against the principle of humanity as discussed by Kant.
We're going to bring philosophy into this.
So she's telling me, oh, so she's going to be taking the place of Kant, and she's going to be telling us how Kant would have felt if he saw that every Gen Z guy or girl is in a situation. Yeah. Before I pass any judgment on situationships, I think I have to tell you about my own situationship.
What the whole? You are in a situation, sir. You do not.
Okay, let me tell you. Before we move on, there are like literally 5 stages of situationship. First, you develop a crush. Second, you make the biggest mistake of your life. You approach that crush. Third, you get ghosted. Fourth, you get breadcrumbed by or benched by that person. And fifth is when you get dumped. So, my story, my situation is like everyone tells you, and this trend has been going on, that if you wanna excel academically, you need to have a really super smart crush in your life. Yeah, you have to work to earn that crush. So I have got this crush on, not on the guys of my department or my university, but but on the internships I came across on Instagram or anywhere, through digital media. I get so obsessed with these internships. Like I would work my ass off just to impress.
You have what you are in a situation with internship.
Yeah. So basically, I'm in a situation with an internship. So basically, when I come across an internship, I would get super obsessed with it. I would work my ass off just to be intelligent enough to approach that. Secondly, I apply for that internship, and then the second, yeah, the second part, no. I don't get rejected straight up. No. So I applied to that internship. Listen, I applied to that internship. Then these internship dudes act like an obnoxious guy and they ghost me. And I would check my phone every second. I will open my Gmail. Like the girl wait for the reply of a guy, and I'll be waiting for the reply of their email. Yeah.
So you are the seeker and the internships are the avoided. As it is so hard to get internships now,
Yeah.
we can literally make another podcast on that.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
So my story doesn't end here. The suffering continues. Okay. So I would wait for the reply. I would check my phone every second. Like there's a notification on my phone. I'm gonna rush to it. I'm gonna say, oh, is it?
You're gonna get butterflies.
Yeah. How? The third part, this third stage where you get all the butterflies. Like whenever I open my Gmail, I see that there is an email from it. I will literally feel that my heart is sinking. I would feel the butterflies in my stomach, and there's this music going on.
I am okay with this situationship with the internships because they're not really violating Kant's principle of man.
But your heart is breaking. Like then you get like ghosted with by these internships, or they hire you where the avoidant attachment comes in. Like I am pouring every in like every ounce of energy I have in my body. I am working my ass off because I think, oh, it's going to be a long term commitment. They're going to hire me. This is what I want in my life. This is the best workplace relationship I want in my life. Then they lead me on and they
And
dump,
they reject you.
yeah, they dump my ass after 1 month, and then the 5 stages of grief comes into my life, starting from denial that how can it ever happen to me? I am how I am the victim of a situation.
Okay, it's so hard to be you, Balaram. Continue. Yes, I need to continue on the topic. I think.
So yes, this is the humor based on my pain, but
She's not really violating the principle of humanity. Why can't? Because the other party, the second party, is not human. So I was. I could have
basically I think that my situationship is like the intellectual courtship where it's not about morality, it's more about emotional investment. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think this is something, this is the new term that we have generated, that is the intellectual situationship that I am in. Okay, so okay, enough with my yapping because this episode is not about me. This episode is about Zarba.
No, no, this is not about me.
Wait, let me tell you. This is not about Zarba's situation. This is about Zarba telling us.
My idea on situation.
Yeah, yes. No,
Sorry, can't idea on
yeah,
situation.
it's more about how situationship violates the principle of humanity. It is the abomination for humanity. It is the worst thing that has ever happened to us. So here's a yes, here's a Zarba.
Caution before I start, there are a few precautions that you guys should take. Firstly, we're not really experienced, so do not take our advice very seriously. Take it seriously, but do not take it very seriously because we're not very experienced.
Take it seriously, but not very serious.
Secondly, we are okay with the kind of situationships where both the parties are okay with their situationships. I mean, where both of the parties are clear that they're not going to have a limited commitment, etc. Both of them are good with it. I think we are good with it. The situationships we're going to talk about today are going to be the ones where one person is hoping for more, or where one person becomes a seeker, or one is always hoping for something more and the other person becomes the avoidant. This is where we think the situationships become very toxic, and I think everyone this generation Z in creating us, everyone is suffering from
Yeah, I think like this is literally the commodification of relationships.
yeah, so true. But first, we are going to talk
So we are going to bring
about philosophy.
yeah, exactly. We are going like she is going to be yapping about Kant, and we have to listen to her. So the spotlight is on you, and you are getting nervous.
So basically, Kant's principle of humanity says that every human being has self-discipline and rationality, and therefore every human being has intrinsic worth within his dignity. Right? So this dignity requires us not to use them as a mean to an end, but as an ends in themselves. So what happens in a situationship is that one person is never going to title or give the commitment to another party, while the other person is always going to hope for more. I am not going to give you the commitment or title, and I'm not going to cut my relation with you because I feel good when I am in a situationship with you because I gain the gratification. I am using you as an end to a mean and not as end in way. So I think this is very harmful because you're treating me as a mean. You are not having a relationship with me with intentionality. You're wasting my time. I can talk a lot of stuff on this. How you're wasting my time. You're giving me nothing but ambiguity, and you're giving me hope. I think it's sad. It's very sad. But why would you give anyone hope when you do not have the intentionality? I think you're treating the other person as a mean, and this is harming the dignity of another person. This is harming him. This is violating the principle of humanity.
I- Exactly. I think that you have raised a very valid point. I would say that it is the abdication of the selfhood of a person, because I am not an object of desire or player. I'm literally not a toy that a guy comes in and he plays me for with me for a month and then he dumps me because he has no intention to continue his
Ready to
commitment.
he's not ready to tell you, oh, what are, or give you the commitment or give you the title. If you are friends, tell he has to tell you clearly that we are friends.
Exactly. Like breadcrumbing part that comes in, that you are like love bombing, that you are giving attention but not enough attention. Like this is so toxic with our like generation. I think that platonic love is more important, but you make everything so complicated, like so romantic and so complicated. Like I like if someone texted me, I cannot reply him straight away, like instantly, because oh, I think I'll be too available for. So this whole idea, this whole situationship, this ambiguity, this uncertainty, it has reduced us, our relationships, into like subjects of desires, but like objects of pleasure, where our dignity has stripped away from us. I think that our generation does not even understand the meaning of love. Like we force ourselves into situation because we think that is like cool. Everyone is in a situationship, so I'm in a situationship. Hashtag situationship. Like most people don't even talk about it. They're just like, oh, we are not friends. We are not more than friends. There's this whole idea that like I cannot like truly understand.
As a human being, everyone needs clarity. I need to know what you want to do with me, what your intentions are with me. If you're giving me nothing but ambiguity, if you're giving me nothing but hopes, and in the end you're going to dump me. If you're I'm not we're not telling you on one point to do the commitment, to get into a relationship. We're just telling you that if you do not have the intentions, just tell that person your intentions clearly, so he or she does not have the hopes for future. Do not treat him as a mean to an end. Do not treat him or her as a gratification for yourself. I think this is very harmful. It is against the dignity of a human.
Yeah, I never like I never truly understood that the fascination people have with these engagements. Like why cannot you be in a platonic relationship with someone? Why cannot you be single? And why can't you be enough for yourself? Like why do you have to make the other person miserable with
We're
you?
not against relationships, by the way.
Yeah, we're not against relationship. Like if you are in a relationship, good for you. Like yeah, good for you. We support that. But I like the problem with me, like the problem I have with it is like you are miserable, so you are using another person for your own personal gratification, and in return you are making that person miserable as well. You're literally exploiting her emotions, because I think that emotions and like everything is so fragile, and when you are in a relationship with someone, or when you are emotionally invested with someone, you are vulnerable to him. Like you show your weakness, you show your true self. So also if there is going to be an uncertainty, so as one party is opening himself or herself to the other person, and the other person is just using that weakness to gratify himself.
Talking about vulnerability, I think this generation, uh, we are not really able to showcase ourselves as being vulnerable.
Exactly.
Capitalism comes into
Exactly.
this.
No, like
Hyper
do yeah,
individualization.
exactly. Like before we talk about hyper individualism, like do we even understand what love is? Like okay, if I ask you what is your conception of love, what would you say?
I'm sorry, I do not have a definition for love.
Exactly. So like I always question it, like is love active or is love passive? Is love something that independently exists into the world, and we just have to wait, and we just have to open ourselves, and
So
if we're
by
gonna find it?
independently existing love, you mean that if I am in a situationship, I'm going to be in that situationship because love exists independently, and I do not care if the other person is reciprocating the thing.
Exactly. Like be like love existing as an independent entity, people usually think, or like they have this conception that if love independently exists, it's gonna come and it's gonna find us. So the problem with it is we make ourselves lovable rather than actively loving that person. So the problem with situationship is
changing yourself.
yeah, you are like in situationship you are just a pretentious freak that is making like that is masking his true self, so another person is gonna love him rather than loving the other party, rather than committing with the other party. I think that is the problem. That is why we see the rise of dating apps and the rise of this personality markets. Everyone is cloning a personality. You see guys crocheting, you see gym rats, gym rats, sorry guys, no offense, like I usually say that. You see performative readers, like there's this market of personalities and identities. So it's like that you guys are gonna shop through these personalities. And I think that long-term relationship do not exist in the first place because you are not your true self. You are just a personality, and when you get tired of pretending, it just ends. Do you think it's possible?
I think we are going towards a very toxic opinion stage. I think we should not talk about this. Do not cancel.
Okay, no, like it was your idea in saying like it's against humanity. So
Yeah, it is against humanity, but we cannot say that long term relationships exist. They exist. Good for you guys. They exist. Even if I agree with this, yeah,
I am not against like relationship. I just want people to be more open to be their true self when entering into a
yeah,
relationship.
we do not
Just
really have
don't
that
yeah,
relationship
just don't make yourself a clone. Like if you see a guy crocheting and like the girls are liking that post, like look matching content.
palatable personalities. You become something else to make your love you.
Yeah, personality commodification, a new term that we just coined. It's like the guy look maxing content, aura farming, and etc. Like these are the things. I think that because of these toxic trends and the morality is eroding, and like it's truly against
Yes,
humanity.
if I become
Principle.
palatable, it is again against the principle of humanity. Why should I be something else?
Exactly, like if you want to be in a situation with the guy, you have to be like you have to get a personality in the
I am hoping for something more. I'm always going to. I always want myself to be something that he likes.
yeah, exactly.
I'm betraying myself for
Nothing. Like, exactly, if you want to be in a relationship, you have to like maintain an aura or to adopt a personality that is palatable or acceptable to the society.
yeah.
So usually the like most independent women that are true to their self are single. I don't want a radical opinion. I'm sorry.
Uh, I want to talk about another thing. Kant also talks about clarity. There is situationship by its nature, length, and ambiguity. No one knows what is happening. He says that as a human being, you need clarity. You, him, clarity, but you, ambiguity, bad.
Very bad, guys. Very bad.
He says that you need clarity. We should laugh. This is a very serious.
I'm sorry. Like, okay. Have you ever been in a relationship?
No.
Have you ever been in a situationship?
Mm, I plead the fifth. Please earn my right to speak.
This is fun. Okay. I am in an intellectual situationship and it's very toxic. I am against it. But I really think that okay, I am not going to have a radical opinion about anyone who is in a situationship because I also have another opinion. Because oh, by nature I'm very political. I think that this situationship exists as a byproduct of capitalism.
What do you mean by that?
Like okay, we are living in a capitalist society where there is hyper individualism. Like by hyper individualism I mean that uh, we are like we want ourselves, we self regulate ourselves. Like we have this master and slave relationship with ourselves. Like okay, let me explain it in a simple term. Like I am the master and I am my own slave. This means that I I constantly want to be a better version of myself, because the Fasiha I am today, or like how I am speaking, I don't want to be the same Fasiha tomorrow, because I want to be a better version of myself. So this is why I self regulate myself. I optimize. I value efficiency more than anything in my life. So it means that I alienate myself, or I self regulate myself. And this is how, like, power subjectivize ourselves. Like, power makes us, like, turns us into subjects that can be governed, like, exactly, that can be governed. So that these power structures tells me that, oh, this is what success looks like, and this is what you have to do. And to achieve that, I constantly self regulate myself, I self optimize, I self surveil myself. So this alienates me. So I don't want to be in like in a long term relationship that can, like, impact my productivity. Like, let's take ourselves as an example. You and I would opt out to be in a relationship because we think that being in a relationship would be a big variable in our perfectly equal equations, because it's going to be a variable. Because whenever we are making a decision about our careers, about ourselves, about to be the better version of ourselves, we need to think about that person. I think we are so toxic that we don't want that. So, like, then two types of people exist in it. One, like us, who opt out. Yeah, exactly, we choose escape, we opt out of this whole relationship drama. And the second type of people are those who usually, like, get into situationships. So they cannot commit, they can enjoy all the benefits of relationship without, like, committing to, like, full time commitment to these relationships. So they it cannot impact their productivity, but it also gives them self gratification.
Yeah,
Player.
they're so hyper individualized that they cannot commit to anyone. They cannot form relations because capitalism tells you that you are an individual personality. You cannot form relation, but they can also. So basically, you're saying that they can also not opt out because of the society or system they're living in. Okay, we're going to blame the society and sociology of it all. That the society told me that we need to definitely realize it is justified. Yes. I do not all that choices can be justified because indeed you have a choice to opt out. You and I opted out. You have been colonized. You are
So basically she is saying that we have a high moral superior
no,
ground
no.
man on this.
I'm just telling you that one can always opt out, and this is what Cards talk about. He talks about that this idea of humanity also applies to oneself. You have the responsibility to uphold your dignity. You must. Why are you looking at me like that?
I am admiring how beautifully you are talking about God. Am I making you nervous?
No, you're not. He talks. He talks about where was I? Yeah, he says this idea of humanity also applies to oneself. You need to uphold your dignity. You do not need to make yourself smaller. If you think that your dignity is being harmed or you are being viewed as being need, need to, you do not need to be less just. Uh, you're not robots. You have a certain amount of free will and you have the ability to decide for yourself. If you think something is toxic and you get on nothing where and bigger people someplace and you think that your dignity is being harmed or you are sacrificing your own dignity, you need to be honest. The best you can do to yourself is being honest with yourself.
Okay, like, it is very similar that man is condemned to be free. So you have to own up the consequences of your decisions.
Exactly.
So basically you are saying that, oh, like, as an individual you have a free will and you are choosing to exploit another person. That is why you are a very immoral person.
You need to take the accountability.
Exactly.
Again, Kant also talks about moral responsibility. You need to take the accountability. I'm not saying that I'm not one of this generation. I'm also Gen Z, but this generation, we are also working on it. We need to work on our accountability and moral responsibility thing. We do not, we really lack.
I think, like, we have seen so much like political drama and this broken political and economic system that like we see that the power around us is not exercised in a way that is just regulating the economic or political system. It is also like regulating us. Like we have seen in colonialism, we see that oh, it has the psychological impacts like Fanon studies. We see the hierarchy of languages, we demean our own cultures, etc. So like it's on the society level, but on an individual level, I am skeptical to authority. I'm skeptical to trusting another individual. So this skepticism is also a thing that I cannot be open to another person. I cannot be in a long term relationship with another person because this is a hyper competitive environment in which I'm existing.
Of someone, so you have been raised in a society where you were taught to be skeptical of people or you were taught to be hyper individualized. It's okay. But if you are skeptical of someone, at least tell them that you are skeptical of them so they do not raise their hopes too high, they do not hurt themselves. This is what points wrong.
Exactly, like obviously I agree with it because you know I I can get that okay, oh the political system is broken, so you cannot afford to be in a long term relationship. But obviously there needs to be an open communication. You have to tell your partner okay, oh this is not going to be a long term commitment. This is not exclusive or whatever this shit is. I don't have any experience, but yeah, Netflix teaches you a lot. Yeah, Netflix teaches you a lot, and the research papers that you realize he sent me some really funny research papers yesterday.
Internet exposed them.
They were diabolical.
Explicit.
Like and we are going to get cancelled if we talk about them.
Okay.
So I think that now we need to move on to the second part of our podcast. I really want your opinion on this because I think that it is going to be a very unpopular opinion, and I really want to hear your thoughts on it. So I think like we are seeing the glamorization or the aestheticization of low maintenance friendships on social media. Exactly. Like low maintenance friendships means like, oh, if my friend is so busy, we only catch up after a few months and everything is same. I don't like this is the best kind of friendship. I do not have to invest emotionally in energy whenever I want. I can just hang out with these people and I can have my own space because I think that it is parallel to situationships. It's platonic situationships.
It is platonic situationship. If I am your friend or you're my friend, we need to invest in each other. We need to be clear to each other. This is mirroring the ambiguity that exists in
Yeah,
every kind of situation.
exactly. Like in this situation, one friend
He needs to be there even in platonic
relationship. Exactly. Like this is what I was talking about before. Like two there if there are two friends and one friend is investing so much energy because she thinks, oh, my best friend deserves the world,
and another one is the avoidant.
the other one is the avoidant.
And I'm the avoidant. They need
This is not even like in platonic situation. This is not even avoidance. This is the entitlement. So whenever I'm gonna call up that person or I'm gonna call up that friend, she's going to be there for me because this self entitlement that exists in these low maintenance friendships. I do not like it. Like if I am friend with a person, if you are my friend, if I am suffering from something, if I am depressed, yeah, you need to be there for me. You cannot oh, first, yeah, I'm busy. I'm gonna call you a month later.
friendship. That's not friendship. You need to be clear with me. You need to make a choice to be with me.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that friendships are the one thing that do not need to be transactional, even in this capitalistic world.
Yeah. In the end, we're going to say that clarity needs to be there in platonic relationships, in romantic relationships, because it is what humanity means. It is to give me dignity, you need to.
Exactly. Like this whole episode was not just fixated on situationship. It was about the value of relationships and the value of open communication that you need to have. It can be romantic, it can be platonic, it can be to yourself as well, because you also need to be clear to yourself that what do you want in your life. Like, there are so many people that are stuck in situationships by choice. They know they are in situationships and they don't like,
It does not choose to opt out.
exactly, they don't choose to opt out. They like, and this cycle doesn't continue for like days or months. It continues for years, like these avoidant attachments and these toxic attachments,
Wasting your time.
wasting your potential and betraying yourself for nothing. Like, okay, even the capitalist world exists, be the better version of yourself.
Yes, exactly. Be the rebel that capitalism do not want you to be. Be vulnerable with people. Be all of these advices also goes for us. We are also working on it.
Exactly, I think, exactly, like in this capitalistic world, if it is teaching me to be skeptical of person, I still want to trust, genuinely trust
Yeah.
people, genuinely trust individuals. Like, this is my defiance to the system. I want love, I want support, I want whimsy.
I might be whimsy in front of you. I might be my true self. I do not have to pretend to be something else in front of you. I need to give you the clarity. I need to tell you my true self. And this is what relationships should be.
Exactly, because as humans, we are social animals. We need a support group. We need a community. Because I think that this system of like this capitalistic system, this colonial system has penetrated in our society, because we have lost our faith in humanity and in human connections. I think,
Do not violate Kant's idea of humanity. Do not violate.
yeah, exactly. Do not violate it. Be human, be real, be open, be communicate. This is your rebellion against the system and against all these people that are toxic. Just shut them out so that they can learn their own lesson.
And
Ostracize everyone from the society who develops these situationships. Yeah, like casual situationships.
are extremely against situationships, and by giving by this we are against.
Yeah, exactly.